Health is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Let's go!
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up, cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, though. Positive attitudes, behavior, that's a lifelong dream goal.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become a better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.
Health matters to me.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Jackie.
And Coach Patrick.
Guys, welcome to Health Matters this morning, our live podcast where your health matters.
Every day, all day. Listen, we want you to join us right here every Saturday at 9 a.m. as we bring you relevant information pertaining to your health and well-being. We'll have health care professionals and other professionals on the show to assist us in helping you to be the best you that you can be as it pertains to your health and wellness.
So, guys, make sure you head over to Facebook page, Get Fit with Jackie Fitness, and like our page. And also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Health Matters Jackie and Coach.
All right. Well, Jackie, we're in a new month.
New month, yes.
Well, we're pre-recording today, but I don't think we've been on since September came in.
I know we got
Yeah.
some birthdays this month.
Yeah, some awesome birthdays.
Some
this
awesome
month.
birthday. We got our very own coach,
My month. Yeah.
Patrick, celebrating a milestone, 60 years of
60.
birthday.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow.
yes,
60
yes.
years old.
Yeah.
Woo. What you going to do?
60
Yeah,
years
yeah.
strong. 60 years strong.
60 years strong. I'm right behind him, guys. So,
Yep.
but
Well,
we
everybody
feel
that's
good.
celebrating a birthday in this great month of September, happy birthday to
Anniversaries.
you, and enjoy your birthday. Anybody celebrating anniversaries
Yeah.
for September, happy anniversary. However you did it,
Yes.
tied the knot, jump
Yeah.
the broom, however you did it, you did it. Keep building family and creating memories.
Yes, we do have a couple of birthdays. Kel Mitchell, his
Okay,
birthday
yeah,
is
Kel.
this month. I
That's
think
right.
it's just was last weekend.
Okay, happy
And
birthday,
Sharon Scott birthday is this month.
Happy birthday, Sharon.
My sister birthday is this month. I think
right.
she'll be celebrating her 70th birthday. So
That's
we
a
got a lot.
milestone also.
I tell you.
And my brother's birthday, Lionel, his birthday is this month. And
Okay.
he's in Virginia. And my sister, she's having a heavenly birthday this month.
Yes.
Yeah, BB.
So Vivian. Yes. So yes.
BB.
So guys,
That's
happy
my
birthday
baby.
and happy anniversary to you guys out
Yeah.
there. So continue to just enjoy life, enjoy each other, and just be happy.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Let's
Yep.
celebrate yourself. All right, we're going to acknowledge our sponsors, our partners, our friends. Aiken Chiropractic, Dr. Dan. When your spine is aligned, your body is too. Aiken Chiropractic is located at Lawrence Street, 425 Lawrence Street, Northwest in Aiken, South Carolina. Their number is 803-641-9191, and their website is www.aikenchiropractic.com. If you would like to be a sponsor, partner, or a friend of the broadcast, you can call 706-592-8862. We would love for you to help us do everything that we do as it pertains to health and wellness.
Yes, guys, we are talking about healthy, active aging this time, and we have no other than our sponsor, one of the best doctors in the CSRA chiropractor,
Yeah.
and coming in live, Dr. Dan Jolett.
Yes. Welcome back, Dr. Dan.
Hey.
Yeah, it's good to be back. How's everybody doing? Hopefully good.
Doing
Um,
good. Doing great.
in light of the birthdays you just mentioned, I guess this would be a good topic to talk about today about healthy aging.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
Very good.
absolutely.
Timely. Aging is a privilege, but I tell you,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't like them side effects that come with it.
That's true.
Yes.
Well, I decided to do that topic this month because September is the healthy aging month in the United States, and actually our government takes it kind of seriously. They even have a National Institute on Aging, which I don't know if people know that or not, but
Yes, I am.
They have that. And so, there's certain tips that they can, you can read about or you can cover. And, we talked about over time how to live healthy and all that stuff. And this kind of goes along with that. As we age, there's certain things we can do to boost our health as we age. None of this is earth shaking. This is something we've talked about in the past, but it would be good month to, kind of put it together and remind, everybody that's listening or viewing the podcast to, talk about that and, kind of put it together. So, we're all getting older. So,
Right.
there's
And
no,
that
there's no
process,
escaping that.
that's it. And that process is different for everybody, person to
Yeah.
person. I mean, it's just different.
Well, it is different, and there's reasons for that, unless, the scientists figure something out in the future. But as it stands right now, we're all going to age at some point. um, they claim, and I don't know how true this is, but I read some time ago that scientists say they have actually mapped the whole, human genome, which I don't believe that because there are literally billions of genes in our DNA, and mapping it means that should mean that they know what each gene does. And I
Mhm.
would think that's extremely complicated. So, but it's possible in the future to, figure that out, and maybe they'll figure out which genes makes us old, and
Yeah.
and to kind of turn those off or do something to make a life longer. But you're kind of playing God at that point, so I don't know if
Yeah.
that's really possible or
Is that
not.
good is that good or
Yeah,
bad?
yeah.
No.
It's like
Everything
kids
has
of the
a
Tower of Babel.
I know. Everything has a cycle in life, as we
Mhm.
know, and
Yes,
we just have to
yes.
be appreciative of what we have and what we're given, and
And make the best of
eventually,
it. Yes.
yeah, just go and age gracefully, as they say.
There you go. You
Um,
said the right word.
but it's very important to talk about that because I used to do a presentation in my office. I haven't done it in a while, but kind of busy. But a presentation I used to do, and he said, according to the research, the healthiest we are, like our optimum health in our lives. You know what year we are at our optimum of peak health?
I'll take a
And
guess at it.
yeah,
Go ahead.
it's around the age of 24. So
Okay.
at around the age of 24, we, according to science, are at peak or optimum health. Ever since the age of 24, for most people, our age starts to decline, or our health starts to decline. It
Hmm.
doesn't do it as fast initially, but as we get older, it depends on what you do. So, there are things you can do to slow that decline down. That's the whole point.
Mhm.
100 or so years ago, people didn't live as long as we live now.
That's right.
So, yeah, in the early 1900s, do you know what the life expectancy was at that time, early 1900s?
Maybe
What,
50,
50,
55.
55?
Yeah, that's a good guess. 50. 50 was, if you want to be specific, they said 49, but 50 was life expectancy for most people in the early 1900s. That was due to a lot of factors. Hygiene was one of them. They just didn't know all this stuff and didn't, wash their hands and brush their teeth and took showers like we do today. Science wasn't as developed back then. People work harder. The jobs were mostly physical. There's a lot of reasons why there were wars, there was, famine, there was all kinds of stuff. There was a lot of, women died at the childbirth a lot of times, wasn't that good. So there was a lot of reasons why they didn't live so good. But today we're expected to live quite a bit longer. If you read, they said the life expectancy was around 79 in this country. However, it depends on the state. Some states have higher life expectancy than others. Some have it lower. And unfortunately, in the Southeast as a group, we have it lower than some places out west.
Mhm.
Why is it lower? Well, I think down south, a lot of people don't have good health habits. I know it's hot, I know it's humid part of the year, but we need to exercise. We need to stay physically active. And I mean, I guess a lot of people just don't do that down here. Also, diet. Diet is not good. We don't have a good diet down here. It's very high in fake calories, and it's not really high in nutrients. So we need to watch a diet as well. So diet and exercise. But we got a lot of chronic diseases down south, diabetes, heart problems, or circulatory issues. Those are pretty serious problems that people have. And then, couple that on top that some people still smoke, or vape. That's terrible for you. And, they should quit, but, people still do it. So, in some states, there are a little healthier habits, and in some states, as a general rule, population as whole is not so healthy. So the whole purpose of all this podcast is to open people's minds up to a better way of living. That's kind of my purpose, I think, here. And I want to make sure people understand, hey, this is the facts, this is where we are, but they can be changed,
Right.
Nobody says, living in Colorado, you have to be healthier than living in, South Carolina or Georgia. It's just, the lifestyle you lead, and you can change your lifestyle. You
Right.
have a lot of patients that come and get adjusted regularly, and they're healthy, they look good. And then we got people that are not so healthy. So, you have to kind of, teach the ones that are making certain, errors, what they can do better. And it really is up to us. I mean, we're all adults and we got to make our individual choices, but we make them based on, facts, hopefully, and hopefully not TV commercials,
Right.
And so, we need to think a little harder about what we do. So, some tips about how to boost the health as we age. Um, you know, these are in no particular order, but we've talked about that in the past. So one of them is you got to get moving. Okay, so you got to choose exercise or activity that you like, that you appreciate. So some people like gardening, some hate it. Well, if you like it, do it. If you hate it, try something else. But you gotta match the activity to your personality, because if you try to do something you don't like to do, you'll quit and then you'll get disgruntled, so you will be upset and it's everybody else's fault. And the gyms know that very well. So as it comes time around Thanksgiving and Christmas, you see a lot of ads on TV about good deals about joining the gym, because people, hey, starting a new year, I'm going to get healthy, I'm going to go join the gym. And people do, and they have an increase in membership around that time. But then the January, February, March rolls along, and a lot of people quit. So most of them,
Right.
most of them quit. At some point in the beginning of the year, and they just stop going. And so that's the problem. So you gotta pick the activity you like to do. When it comes to the gym, if this is what you pick to do, you don't need to jump in there and go, man, I gotta go 3 hours a day for every day of the week. I want to lose 30, 40 pounds. I gotta hit it. That's not how it works. You gotta pace yourself. It's gonna take some time to lose the weight if you gain a lot of weight. So you gotta do it. You gotta take your time. So it's better to do less and work yourself up to that level, rather than jump in too fast and then you're super sore the next day and you start hating it, like, I can't do this. Maybe it's better if you only did like 20 minutes of exercise at the gym to begin with. You go home, you feel better, then you increase from 20 to 30, then 30 to 40, and then eventually you do an hour. And honestly, you don't have to really do more than an hour. Hour
I
is fine.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, but you got to do it regularly. So at least
Yes.
3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week, but whatever your work allows and your schedule allows, and I'm a big proponent, if you go to the gym, well, do maybe half of that hour, do like some aerobic exercise, whatever you like, bicycle, treadmill, elliptical machine, something like that, get your heart beating and heart running. And then the other 30 minutes, do some weightlifting, and you change the the muscles you do. Sometimes you do upper body and your arms. Then next time you do your legs, or you do your back muscles, do your abs. You don't have to do all of it at the same time. And there you go, because you got to change muscle groups, because they're going to get sore, and you want to kind of use other muscle groups and let those muscles you just worked out and exercise relax and recover. And that's how you sustain that stuff. So you can increase accordingly, but that's what you should do.
Those are
So
some very good tips,
yeah, so it's easy.
especially as you age. Yeah, you have to make
Right.
those
Yeah.
modifications as you age.
Yeah, and as you age, you don't have to kill yourself, to stay healthy. It's good enough just to go on do some aerobic walking. Walking is wonderful. Anybody can walk. I always say my great grandfather that knew since I was a kid. I think he passed away when I was like 16 or something. He lived to be 105, okay? And
Wow.
he walked every single day. He
Wow.
walked. He was never in the wheelchair. He had a cane and he got older and he walked slow, but
Mhm.
he walked
He
every
won't.
single day.
That's
That's why
good.
he lived to be 105. So, if you want to live long and enjoy your life, you gotta, stay physically active because your body's designed to move, and it works under one principle: if you don't use it, you lose it. So your
Mhm.
muscle will atrophy, they will get weaker, and you just won't be able to do it. So, do a little bit every day, but don't exaggerate, and you'll be just fine. I wear that Samsung watch that measures my steps, and my goal is at least 10,000 steps every single day. And a lot of times I do more than 10,000. So a few days I don't do 10,000, but I don't stress about it because, hey, it's a new day tomorrow. I can do more the next day. So,
There you go,
you
Dr.
know,
Dan. Now you said something key
mhm,
right there. When you don't get that 10,000, you don't stress about it. And that's
yeah,
very important what you said, because stress causes illnesses in our body and things like that. But don't
exactly.
stress just because you don't
Manage.
meet a certain
Yes.
goal. Just get back on it the next day.
Yeah, the stress is a killer. It causes elevated cortisol levels, and that's gonna cause your metabolism to change, and your body will, when you eat something, it would, do a different pathway in metabolism, and you would deposit whatever you're eating as fat and it goes as fat, and so you can't lose weight if you're under stress. You're gonna be working yourself out and everything. Like, man, I'm starving myself and working out, and I still can't lose weight. Probably your levels of cortisol are too elevated, and you're just
Mhm.
not functioning right. So, calm down. It's give yourself some time to get what you want to be, but consistency is what counts.
There
Now,
you
if you
go. That's
don't,
right.
yeah, if you don't like doing that,
Mhm.
I don't know, just, when it's nice out, people do gardening. Right now, the weather's gorgeous. I've been cutting my grass, I've been edging, I've been, weeding, I've been doing stuff. That's my exercise as well. So, house looks nice, the yard looks nice. Why pay somebody when I can do it myself? And he makes me happy and it looks good. And I show my wife, like, whoo, look what I did, and she's like, wow.
I agree.
So, feels good. I save money and I did it myself and I'm pretty happy. I pay people for years to cut my grass and do stuff. And honestly, nobody does as good of a job as you would do because it's not their house. They don't really care. They just do it as quickly as they could and take off. And you know how many times they broke my sprinkler heads. And then I don't even know because I don't use them when it's winter and stuff. And then when I turn them on, they're broken. I'm like, man, this guy ran over it again. And,
I
it's like,
feel you.
yeah, and it kind of upsets me, So just this year, I had to fix a few again. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it myself. I bought the proper tools. You got to have the right tools, and it takes a little work. But instead of going to the gym, I do that. And so what the heck, I was like, do I like gardening? Not really, but I like the results. I like the way it looks, and it makes me feel better about myself. And what the heck, I combine the two and two together. So that's how I think about it. Biking. How about bicycling? Bicycling is a great activity. It's wonderful, and we got some really nice biking paths around here that I use as well. I have those e-bikes, like I think e-bikes are a wonderful invention. I mean, especially you get older, you can be biking well in your 80s. I mean, you can have a little assistance from the electric motor. What the heck? I mean, it's fine. The studies have shown that riding those e-bikes is actually really good because if you ride a regular bicycle and becomes kind of hard, most people will give up a lot earlier. So 3 to 5 miles is what most people do on a regular bicycle. And e-bike, the average is 30 to 40 miles. Like when I go right around this area, man, I go start in North Augusta Greenway. I go all the way down to Hammond's Ferry, go by the water, go by the River Club. Then I cross over the Fifth Street Bridge, go into Augusta. I do the River Walk. Then I connect to their Greenway, which is initially paved. Then it becomes like a dirt road. And then it's very nice. And then it goes all the way to Savannah Rapids Pavilion. And then I go back. So if you do all that, that's about, between, 35, 40 miles. So,
Mhm.
it takes me some time, but it's beautiful. I like being outdoors. It's just so scenic. The paths are very nice. So, more people should take advantage of that.
And
If
that's good for
biking
your
is,
mental
yeah,
health. Awesome.
Exactly. Mental. Oh, I love it. If biking is too hard, if you feel like you don't have the skills, go walking. I mean, walking is wonderful. Anybody can walk, and they should walk. So, all of those paths are great. Go ahead and find what you like to do and do it. I mean, you can walk in your neighborhood, but if your neighborhood is kind of rough and there is not enough like sidewalks, don't get hit by a car. There's other places you can walk. Here in Aiken, there's Odell Weeks. You can walk around the track there. There's some other places as well. There's some parks you can go to. There's Citizens Park. I mean, I go on my e-bikes on those places as well. But Augusta is nearby. They got a lot of stuff. North Augusta is beautiful with the riverfront. There's so many opportunities. When I get bored with those, we drive ourselves to Columbia. Columbia has some beautiful walkways and greenery and greenways right along some rivers, and it's gorgeous. And we go to other places. I go to Beaufort for a day. Beaufort has a beautiful place to walk around or ride an e-bike. They call it a Spanish Moss Trail. It's only about a couple hours away from Aiken. And then there's other places. I like Athens. Athens, Georgia is pretty cool. So we go to. We're not afraid to like drive a little bit because I like variety. So what the heck? Do what you want to do, but do something consistently.
Right.
Now that's enough about exercise. I think that's very important. I mean,
That's the point now.
if you do nothing else, exercise is like the key.
But that's very important to keep moving. Like you say, the body
Moving
made
is very
to move,
important. Yeah.
and as we age, it's so important to continue to move
Yeah.
your body.
Yeah, and that's really why I'm a chiropractor. Chiropractic helps your joints move. That's really what it is. I unlock the joints. They're stuck together. They compress on the nerves and causes people, symptoms. And you go ahead and unlock those, and they can just move. It makes you, more limber and just increases the range of motion, decreases the amount of, pain people feel, and it just makes the body function better. So that's kind of where I fit in the whole picture. But I was going to mention the next one is choose the healthy foods. And you have to eat a lot of nutrients, foods that are rich in nutrients. So we talked about it extensively over the time we do this podcast, and I'm not going to go into huge details. Maybe one day we'll should just talk about some nutrients that do an episode just on like vitamins and minerals that we need. They're important for our health. But you can Google all that stuff. So be careful about food. Avoid fast food. Avoid food that somebody prepared for you that's processed. Because fast food, also restaurants, you can do it once in a while, but don't do it all the time, because that's designed for taste. They want it to taste well, and everything that tastes well, all the flavor molecules are fat soluble. So they're gonna give you a lot of calories. So it's not because it's healthy. It's because they want you to feel oh good, it was really tasty. So not everything that's tasty is actually healthy. So you should be making your own food. Go to grocery store, buy stuff and make fresh food. And I would just say on that subject real quick, eat fresh foods, vegetables and fresh, fruit. So, I would say make salads, and don't cook stuff a whole lot. Some stuff is better fresh. If you cook it, the nutrients go away. So it's better to, not do that, just kind of eat it fresh, whatever you like in salad. I personally like some tomatoes, onions, cucumbers. I put roasted red pepper in there, and you can add other stuff. Anyway, I like that. I mix it up. I make my own little dressing. You don't need to buy store-bought dressing. That's all chemicals. Read the label. There's a lot of stuff on there. All you need is, put some salt on it, mix it up, a little bit of oil, and the olive oil is the best. You got to have olive oil. And then sometimes you don't even need anything, just salt and olive oil. Because, some fruits, but I mean, tomato is really a fruit. So some of these things, secrete their own juices. And you don't even need anything but just olive oil. But if you want some vinegar, put some vinegar. And I like the, balsamic vinegar and red wine vinegar. Those are really good for you. So, be careful. Just make your own stuff, and then, eat stuff fresh and, cook some stuff as well, but eat stuff fresh and avoid empty calories, avoid sugar. Sugar actually, over time would degrade our joints. Sugar affects our joints and causes arthritic changes. That doesn't happen in a year. It takes, decades, but it would definitely, it would definitely affect you. My mother-in-law, they drink sodas. You can't talk them out of it. They've been drinking, my father and my mother-in-law drink sodas for decades, 40, 50 years. I don't know. They're just hooked on sodas. She can't even do this anymore. Her hands are so stuck. She can't
Mhm.
even do this.
Mhm.
And my father-in-law has all kinds of arthritis. He had back surgeries. They still drink sodas. They won't stop. But I don't know. Don't do that. Drink water. Water is important. Make some juice once in a while. But I mean, water is really good. Instead of dessert, they have sugar in it. Get some fruit. Fruit is excellent dessert, and that's a totally different sugar. There's sugar in fruit too, but it's a
Right.
natural sugar.
Natural
It's not
sugar.
the same sugar they put in, cakes and stuff. It's
Mhm.
totally different. So, avoid stuff that says it has high fructose corn syrup. That stuff is horrible for us. It's not good. Read about it. Don't take my word for it. There's all kinds of data on the internet about it. Government says a lot of things, and I disagree with a lot of stuff they say. But it's not good for you. Avoid it. Your body will be happier. And drink a lot of water. Water is really good for you. If you don't like the tap water, I agree. Our tap water in Aiken is horrible. So we go to grocery store and we buy those 5-gallon jugs of water, and we have a water dispenser in our house. I have the same thing in Aiken Chiropractic that people can try. That's some kind of a water from the mountains or something, and yeah, it feels totally different. It's a very nice water. So I drink a lot of water, but I have to go and buy it. And
Yeah.
5-gallon thing is like $7 or $6. It's not that expensive.
And
So
water really has a lot of benefits. It's even make
mhm,
your skin smoother, softer,
mhm,
drinking more.
absolutely. Absolutely. Just think about it, read about it, get better. Be smarter. Be smarter. Don't just buy into stuff because some commercial said certain things. Hey, buy this. Please do your own judgment. Read what doctors are saying. We know a lot of stuff. There's a lot of research done. Be smarter than that. And just take care of yourself. I tell you that people that come to me as patients for years, if they do exercise, they come get chiropractic care whenever they come regularly, and also they eat fresh. They are in a great shape, and they do a lot of sports. They play pickleball, they do golfing, they do all kinds of. They have a great retirement. That's kind of the way I want to be when I get in my
Functional.
70s.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
Right.
And then I'm going to mention a few more things because we might be running out of time. You got to manage your stress. Okay, stress levels need to go down. And then, try something like yoga or something. My wife does yoga every morning. It distresses her, and whatever you like to do, meditation or whatever, go ahead and do something that de-stresses you. And don't stress about small things in life. Life is
Mm.
complicated. There's a lot of stuff going on. Right now, let's talk about it for a second. We're talking about the presidency.
Yeah.
I don't stress about it. I have my opinion, which I'm not going to say anything about, but it's my personal opinion. But the point is, why am I going to stress about it? Somebody's going to get elected. Is
Mhm.
my voice? I mean, I'm going to vote, but I mean, I'm so tiny. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just one of 300 and something million people. So
Right.
I have no qualms that my little vote is not going to be a deciding vote. But I'm going to, vote whoever I feel like is the best at the time. Am I going to stress about it? No. Is the president of the United States, whoever it is, really going to affect my personal life that much? In some ways, maybe, but in reality, really no. I'm
Mhm.
still going to go to work. I'm still going to pay my taxes. I'm still going to go to grocery and buy whatever food at whatever prices they are, and buy gas at whatever prices it is. So some of those fluctuations would affect me to some extent, but on the grand scale, it really not gonna. So I'm not gonna stress about it. It is what it is. I accept whoever becomes the president. So don't stress about it. Some people just so into it, and if the things don't go their way, I really worry about them. I think they're gonna be all stressed out and full of cortisol and all that stuff. Don't take it personally.
Yeah,
Just move
and
on.
that's something you have to learn also. Some things you just
Yeah,
can't change. It is what
Can't
it
yeah,
control
is,
it.
and
You can't
that's
yeah,
why
control it.
you have to believe in
yeah.
God and know that He's your source.
Exactly.
And
And think about it. What's really important for us here locally is who our local politicians are. I feel
right,
like that's even more important than on the global scale because those are the ones that affect us more directly.
Directly.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so go ahead and vote for those, and read what they are about. Read what their platform is. Read what they're for. See if you agree with stuff they want to do. And those are the people that want to vote for. And hopefully things will get better. But I can't stress out about things that I feel like I'm not gonna make a big impact on. So don't stress about stuff. Just enjoy. Actually, the best thing you can do is turn the news off. Live your life. Live your life. Enjoy it on your local level. you'll be surprised. I mean, how good and just liberating stuff is. Same thing with the cell phone. Just yesterday, one of my patients said they read somewhere that whatever the study was, the young adults in this country check their cell phone 300 and something times a day, like
Wow.
352 or something was the number. It's like huge. Over 300 times a day, they're checking it. I
Wow.
tell you that I'm not one of those because I don't care. I mean, I put that thing away. I check it because maybe it's work related or something, but
Mhm.
I'm not slave to my phone. I am
I'm the
not.
same way, Dr.
You
Dan.
need to have your life. Don't do that. Don't be brainwashed by apps and all this social media. Their goal is to get you deeper and deeper because they want to sell you
Distraction.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Distraction.
distraction like crazy. Don't do that. Live your life. Don't go crazy about it.
And a lot
But
of that blue screen is not healthy either.
Mm.
no,
That's with your
stay away from that
melatonin
stuff.
and serotonin. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it
minimize
bothers your
that
sleep.
stuff. Yeah, and teach your children not to stress about it, not to. I mean, I have young kids that come as patients, like 18-year-olds, 16-year-olds. I put them on the adjusting table to do the treatment. They're holding their cell phone in their hand. I literally take it out of their hands. Says, hey, let's put it on a chair right here. I don't want you to break it because they can drop it and break it to the screen or something. They're like, just put it down. This is only going to take a few minutes. Like, you can let it be. It is insane how they're just into it, and I really worry about their health because their mental health is going
Right.
down. But
Right.
unless
It's
they
stressful.
make their own choices and they figure their own choice and do the right choice, no one's gonna, they have to be aware of that. I think it's like what is it? Psychiatry has some treatments for that. The phones are actually addictive now, and
Hmm.
it's some kind of an addiction. There's a name to it, and they have therapy for it. I
Right.
think in the future they're gonna have medications for that as well.
Right.
So
Social
Yeah.
media. I mean, it's social
yeah,
media.
it's
The
insane.
stress that these kids get from social media is because they're not
Yeah.
getting the more likes than their friend or their buddy. That causes stress in their
Yeah,
lives. So,
I
yeah,
gave up on that stuff. Yeah, I
that's
gave up on that stuff. It is crazy. It's not necessary in your life. And I used to post stuff on Facebook, my personal account, for some time, and I thought it was cool. Let my friends see what I'm doing. So I'm posting like fun activities I'm doing, like motorcycle trips or e-bikes or whatever. And then some people were my patients, and they saw it, and they come to my office and they said, "Wow, like that's really cool. I watch your stuff. Like, do you ever work? Like, it looks like you're always having fun." I'm like, wait a second, that's showing a wrong image. I
yeah.
work a lot, but I don't post stuff about my work. I just post the stuff about fun stuff. And
Uh-huh.
then I realized, ooh, that's painting a wrong image here. So I stopped doing it. I'm just not going to do it because it doesn't really matter to me. What matters to me is my own sanity. And, I don't need
Mental
anybody's
health.
approval.
Yes.
I
And
need
that's why
nobody's approval,
right,
you
and
know?
that's why everything we do has to be managed. You have
Yeah.
to manage it. If you can't manage it, then that means that that thing has you. It's
Yeah.
controlling you if you can't manage
Yeah.
it, and you have to get
That's
back
not
to a
healthy.
healthy place. Yeah.
Absolutely not healthy. And just because you have I don't know how many followers online doesn't mean those are really your friends. They're
Right.
not your friends. They're just
Well,
I don't
half
know
of
who
them
they are.
don't even know who they not. They
Right.
don't even know
Yeah,
who they are. They just
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
mm,
So the
And
real
that
friends
adds
in
to the
life,
stress level. Most definitely
yeah,
adds to your stress level. Yeah.
yeah, the real friends in life that a person has can be counted on probably one hand. I mean, the real friends that can actually be there
right.
for you if something happens is a small amount. All of these
Yeah.
other people are just acquaintances. That's who they are. Do you want acquaintances running your life and messing your mental being because you need their approval? You don't need anybody's approval. You can live your life and enjoy what you want to do, and be with friends. But you don't need to be stressing over this superficial. That's all superficial stuff, and
Mhm.
yet people do it. So manage that. Manage the stress. That's all part of our stress. We need to
Right.
manage that.
Right. And it's so
Um,
important, Dr. Dan. A lot of people don't
yeah,
understand that if you can't get over the mental weight, you'll never get to the point where you can lose the physical weight.
yeah,
Because the mental weight affects everything. And when I say
yeah,
mental weight, I'm just talking about the mental things, the
yeah.
mental health that we go through on a daily basis.
Yep, that's part of the emotional stress, and
Mm.
there's physical stress, there's, chemical stress, there's all kinds of stresses. I mean, there's a bunch of stressors that we have in our lives. Certain things it's difficult to get rid of, like your job. I assume you gotta have a job in order to pay for your life. Although some people don't want to work these days, but I
Yeah.
assume, most people do. So, that's going to be stressful because, job, you got to choose the right career that's good for you, that you like. Like, I really enjoy what I do, but let's make no mistake about it. It's still job. It's still work.
Right.
I
Right.
still have to be professional. I still have to do the best that I can do every day when I'm at work. So, we all need a break from that.
And
And you
deal with
have to
people.
have, yeah, you got to have other activities. I'll give you an example. Last weekend, I was up in the mountains. It was a gorgeous weekend, and a friend of mine and I went riding motorcycles. And one of my doctors called me up at 7:30 in the morning on, I think it was Saturday or Friday morning, I forget. And I'm not going to answer the phone at 7:30 in the morning. I was like, even if I was in Aiken, I'm like, what is going on? So
Mm.
if it's something bad, he could have texted me. They know that. And there was no text, so I don't know what he was calling about. And then when I, had time later around 10 a.m. and we pulled over somewhere, I called the gentleman and he was working, so he couldn't answer the phone either. So I left a message. I said to him, "Hey, I don't know. I hope everything's okay. Text me but I'm up in the mountains right now. I'm on a motorcycle. I don't have good reception most of the time. That's when you're in the mountains, you don't have cell phone reception, which is why I go there. I don't want to be reached sometimes, and that's a plus." And I told him, I said, if you need something, text me or let my wife know because she's also a manager and see what's up. If not, you will wait. Solve your problem yourself. And guess what? He hasn't called me before. Again. So all I'm saying is, it might have been something simple or whatever, but you gotta have your sanity. You gotta draw a line sometimes. You can't not
Boundaries. You
let.
have to have boundaries.
You got to have
Yeah.
boundaries in life, and that's how it is. And do the best you can. But when it's your time, it's your time, and you got to make time for yourself. Otherwise, people will just run you ragged,
Mhm.
and you can't run your life like that. So there was a doctor in Aiken a long time ago. Like, she's left. She's no longer here. I'm not going to mention her name. She was a really nice chiropractor, and when she first came in, she had a house. She was, single. She had no children or husband. So she had an office downstairs and she made an apartment upstairs. So she lived upstairs and her office was downstairs. And she would come to my office and get adjusted and all that. We were kind of friends. And she said, I love it. She says, I don't have any commute. I just wake up in the morning and walk downstairs.
Mm.
But then after some time, she says, oh, I gotta stop this. I gotta get another office somewhere. It's like, why? People know that I live there. So sometimes they knock on her door and say, "Hey, I have this, back pain or whatever, and I can't wait till Monday. Can you come? Can I just get
Wow.
adjusted?" And it's like Saturday or Sunday, and she's like, "That's not gonna work. Like, I gotta
Mm.
have a life too." So
Right.
she did. She got rid of that, and she had an office that was separate, and she lived somewhere else. And then she eventually moved out of Aiken. But all I'm saying is, you can't do that. I mean, you gotta have separation of your personal life and the business life. I mean, a lot of people work from home these days, and I don't know how they do that. I mean, maybe they do have it separate, but I think that's tough. I don't want to work from home. I just want to, my home is my home. I just want to go home and relax
Mhm.
and do whatever. And then when I'm at work, I want to be at work. I want to be, all professional and it's 100% go time for me. So personally, I like a career that gives me separation. I
That's good.
like that. I like
That's
the
good.
physical separation, but
Well,
you got to separate it. You got to keep their mental health as well.
that helps a lot. Now you touched on three really areas here. You touched
Yeah.
on the physical part, you touched on the diet, you touched on the mental part.
Yeah.
So we're getting to the end of the show. Anything else you want to bring up that the listening audience needs to hear as we talk about aging healthy?
Yeah, a couple of more things, and then we're gonna close it down. I was just want to mention, it's good to learn something new, and it's nice to be social. Maybe take a class or something that you might have wanted to do, but you didn't have time while you were working or whatever. Maybe take a class, learn some new skill, learn something that you wanted to know, or maybe join a club. I used to be in a lot of clubs. I don't have time as much anymore, but I would join them again. I mean, there was very, very, very nice experience to be social. Make sure you see doctors. Take care of your body. Go to your dentist every so often. A medical doctor. Go see chiropractor. Do stuff to maintain your body. I mean, that's
Important.
important. And listen to their advice. And then stay in touch with your family and friends. Your social network is important. And I don't mean just texting on Facebook, but actually physically see them. And I think that's good. People that you like, people that you enjoy. The ones you don't, text them on Facebook. That's it. But the ones you like, you need to connect with them. You need to actually have a real connection, and having the
Right.
social interaction is very important for us.
Most
And I
definitely.
think that's pretty much what I had to say.
That's good. And
Okay.
I think we all found out during the pandemic
Yeah,
how important
yeah,
social wellness, is, to be
yeah,
Right.
around people and to have someone that you can talk to and
Yeah.
touch
yep,
and look at.
extremely,
Yeah. That
extremely.
that that's very important. That is something about a hug and a shake from
Touch.
Yeah,
somebody, a touch
that's
from
right.
another human. We
Yeah,
all need that.
Mhm.
So yes,
yeah.
we need that as humans.
You
I,
can't get
I
it from you can't
yes,
get it from Facebook. I mean, the
I
social media
know.
can no hug you. So,
Yeah, you mentioned about, the
yeah,
jobs. You still got to go to your job and you do your job.
yeah,
Some of them, social media is their job. They
Yeah.
influencers. They getting paid.
yeah.
Yeah. Sure is.
And that's fine if that's how they
Yeah,
make money. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to
yeah,
make money, and that's great. But you
yeah.
should have a separation of that. But if you're just on
Right.
social media just for fun, then you gotta control it, and you gotta control
Yes,
that
yes.
Most
interaction.
It
You
definitely.
has to be
know?
controlled. But this has been good. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right, Dr. Dan. And things are getting out of control.
Mhm.
I know Richmond County now here in Augusta, they have the kids now can't take the phones in this. They can bring them
Oh
to
yeah.
school, but they put them up. So now they
Hmm.
trying to adopt it in South Carolina, but a lot of parents are fighting it. But what parents don't
Yeah.
understand, now they seeing is working. It's helping. The kids
Hmm.
are interacting with each other more. Their test scores are going up
Absolutely.
more, and it's
Absolutely.
working. And so, but they're not without an emergency. The teachers
Yeah.
have ways of getting in touch, so they have plenty of ways to get in touch of what's going on. It's just that what parents has been adopted to, what they have
Exactly.
been accustomed to, and what they're used to now. So they are fighting it more than anything than the children is
Yeah.
fighting, but it's actually working and it's
Yeah.
helping these kids.
Well, it takes away distractions. Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I was just listening to my wife literally today, and she was saying how, her sister lives in New Jersey and has three kids, and the oldest one goes to this, high school, and they have a rule, just like you said there as well. Kids cannot bring the phone to classroom, and so the kids were, her daughter was upset about it, and yet she was caught by a teacher making a TikTok video while she was in class,
Wow.
which is kind of disrespectful to the whole class and the teacher.
Wow.
And so these kids were, making little videos and sending them to each other and giggling all about. And the school says, hey, enough with that stuff. You need to pay attention to class. So, you can't listen to the kids. They need to be managed. They are not adults yet, and they need to be shown the right way. But
Right.
listen, we never had cell phones when we were in school at our age.
Nope.
We
Mm-mm.
survived just
It's
fine.
fine. That's
Just
right. And
fine.
we didn't have
Yeah,
all the issues that they got in school now,
yeah,
neither.
I know we wrote
yeah,
letters.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
we used.
Uh,
I mean,
yeah.
we didn't have these
well,
things.
times are
No.
different. Times are different.
Times are
We
different.
talk to each other, we
This
got to
generation
hang to each
we're
other and
in.
talk,
Dr.
in person,
Dr.
and
Dan, thank you so much for taking your
yeah,
time out
Appreciate
to
you
come
so
on
much.
and talk about the different things you talked about
yep,
as pertains to our health and as we age. Because all of the things that you talked about, if we don't take care of ourselves as we age, it tends to hurt us even worse. The stress and the non-physical activity and not eating well. Those
yeah,
things seems to hurt us worse as we age. So
yep.
Dr. Dan, listening audience, if you want to get some chiropractic care, listen, you can get in touch with Dr. Dan at 803-641-9191, or you can go to the website, visit the website at www.aikenchiropractic.com. And they're located in
Cool.
Aiken, South Carolina at 425 Lawrence Street Northwest. Dr. Dan, we're going to see you next
Awesome,
month. Okay?
All right.
awesome.
Enjoy yourself. Be safe.
Yeah,
And traveling grace to you. Okay.
yeah. That's my way to relax as well.
All right. All right. See you later. Be blessed.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, Dr. Dan and healthy aging. I tell you, all of those areas he talked about, those different
Right.
dimensions of wellness, the
Mhm.
social, the physical, the diet, the stress levels, and the
Yes.
things that cause the stress. There's so many things that can be stressful,
Mhm.
in today's society. And we just have to learn how to manage everything, manage our fitness activity. We have to be active at least to 5 days a week. You got to be doing
something functional,
Yeah, you don't have to
get
beat your
out,
body
get in
up.
touch with nature, get outside
Gotta
a little
stay
bit,
moving.
and
Yeah.
and enjoy the sun. The weather is good right now.
Yes, nice
If you're
fallish.
able to get out
Fallish.
and walk in the morning, you got to on purpose do it. Try something new.
That's right.
That's a good thing. That keeps your brain going and keep things stimulating
Mhm.
in the brain. So you're absolutely right. Set boundaries. You got to set some boundaries.
Got
And
to.
then I like the one he said, eating sugar consistently over time, too much added sugars, it degenerate your joints.
Mm.
Guys, we really have to take control of our
Right.
health. We
And take it
really
serious.
have to get serious about our health. We
Mhm.
really do. And we know that certain things that we eat, they have certain things in it that can cause us to be a little bit more we can become addicted to it.
Mhm.
So if eating in large amounts consistent, so but we got to own purpose. It's not easy. I
Right.
ain't
It's
gonna
not.
say it's
It's
not
challenging.
easy.
Yeah, it's challenging for everybody.
It's
Yeah.
challenging, but we have to
But it's possible.
it's possible, it's doable.
Right.
It can be done. Once you can break through that moment, do it, till you get it like, yes, I got it.
Right. Small steps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little step. That's why I said don't, we told our diabetes coaching group, just do one thing every day better than what you did yesterday
Small
for
steps.
yourself, for your life, for your body.
Small
It's just small little steps, and you're seeing those small steps adds up to big
results.
results. So so managing and practicing managing stress. And I wrote down practice mindful exercises. Try doing that. Check your mood throughout the day, in the morning, just throughout the day. How was I feeling? How am I feeling today? Identify triggers. What makes you upset, what makes you uptight or tense. So manage those moves throughout the day. Are you having more negative intrusive thoughts versus positive thoughts? You have to manage those things. You have to identify them and what's causing them, so you can get to the root of what it is.
Most definitely. All right, guys.
So-
So listen, we thank you for listening on this
Yes.
morning, and we want you to like our Facebook page at Get Fit with Jackie Fitness and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Health Matters Jackie and Coach.
Guys, remember, we are here to help you to become a better you, to be the best you that you can be. We always like to leave you with 3 John 2. I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul is healthy. So, guys, have a healthy and have a blessed day.
Health is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Yeah, let's go.
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up, cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, though. Positive attitudes, behavior, that's a lifelong dream goals.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become the better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.
Health matters to me.